When indulging in a terrifying game, such as a horror title, on a dual-screen console, the immersive atmosphere can genuinely be quite unsettling. So, how might we effectively mitigate this intense sense of dread? We can direct our attention to the lower screen. By doing so, we can concurrently engage in learning while still enjoying the game. This approach should undoubtedly make the gaming experience feel considerably less frightening. Wouldn't you agree? Today, we're going to take an in-depth look at this dual-screen handheld console, the AYN Thor. Both the upper and lower screens utilize OLED display technology. The top screen is a 6-inch, 120Hz high refresh rate 1080p panel, while the bottom screen measures 3.92 inches and features a 1080p resolution with a 60Hz refresh rate. What do you think of this display experience? It is available in two configurations, the 805 version, which starts at 1,799 yuan, and the 8002 version. I will display the pricing for that on the screen. The unit we are currently viewing is the black model, but it is also available in other colors. You can select your preferred color directly on the screen. Now let's examine its features in detail. Both the B-side and C-side feature a glass finish, giving it a rather pleasing aesthetic. Wouldn't you agree? In this position, there are two raised rubber pads, ensuring that the screens do not make contact when the device is closed. Furthermore, a small gap is maintained between the buttons. Take a look. Now, let's examine the A side. There isn't any logo visible on the A side. It features a fine sandy texture. Looking at the top, we have the L1 and R1 microswitch buttons, as well as the L2 and R2 linear triggers. Both the left and right sides are entirely free of any ports. Moving to the bottom, on the left and right sides, there are two. There is a lanyard hole here, then we have the volume down, volume up, and power buttons. It features a full-featured Type-C port, capable of supporting up to 4K 60 video output. There's also the highly advanced 3.5mm headphone jack, and a TF card slot with a protective cover, which supports up to a 2TB TF card. And at the bottom, the very bottom, there are Here we have the AYN Thor logo, an air intake, and 3 air vents, all equipped with dust filters. It's powered by a 6000 mAh battery, supporting fast charging up to 27 watts. Let's also take a look at the screen's opening angles. There are a total of 3 distinct fixed positions available for it. It can also be positioned and held at various angles. Once it reaches this specific position, it will automatically close. When closed, due to the Hall sensor detection, the screens will turn off and the device will enter a standby state. The joysticks are recessed, specifically Hall sensor joysticks, and there are 4 of them. All around, they also feature lighting effects. The D-pad utilizes a dome switch. This here is its microphone. There are 2 speakers, one on the left and one on the right side. The A, B, X, Y buttons are injection molded and the gray ones are colored keys. The tactile feel is made of conductive rubber, offering a moderate tactile feel. The 4 function buttons are also dome switches. And right in the center here, you'll find another AYN logo, which is actually clickable. When pressed, it opens up the TCC, which is the Thor Control Center. Inside, we can observe that it features This is a dual screen display. For the single top screen mode, a single press will instantly reveal its function. The single top screen mode means only the top screen will be active. When playing games like 3DS, we can use just the top screen. Simply click the AYN logo and it will be shown. The single bottom screen mode means only the bottom screen will display. When playing God of War 2, the top screen can remain unlit. Within the TCC, there's also a screen brightness adjustment function. You can adjust the brightness of both screens simultaneously or fine-tune each one independently. For example, you can adjust the top screen while making the bottom screen quite dim. Conversely, you can adjust the bottom screen and dim the top one considerably. Sound can also be individually adjusted. For instance, if we're currently on the 3DS, we can hear the 3DS sound, and it's quite loud, isn't it? Now, if we want to play God of War 2 on the bottom screen, we can have the secondary screen sound louder while muting the 3DS sound. Its focus functionality is also pretty neat. For instance, if we want to interact with the top screen, we just need to tap the top screen and then use the corresponding controls and you'll be able to interact with the content on the top display. If you wish to concentrate on the bottom display, simply tap on it and you'll then be able to focus on its content to play games there. But wait, I haven't finished explaining yet. There's also a task manager for handling multiple applications, and within the system settings, you can access and view all of these various operational modes. Indeed, the upper screen can be adjusted to either a 60-frame mode or a 120Hz mode. This display provides details on its temperature, fan speed, the processor, GPU, CPU, power consumption, and more. It's all readily available here. There's also an option to switch the touchscreen. Yes, the touchscreen can also be individually Locked. You can use the touchscreen on the top screen and completely disable the touchscreen on the bottom screen to prevent accidental touches or other issues, right? The fan and performance modes can also be adjusted. It also has charging separation, and the joystick light effects are customizable. This TCC control center is truly excellent. Now, when we talk about 3DS and NDS, when playing these dual-screen games, we need to discuss the dual-screen fusion feature. We can see that the dual-screen fusion effect is quite impressive. The top screen has a 16:9 aspect ratio, but 3DS games are generally 15:9, which means there are slight black bars on the sides. However, because it's an OLED screen, these black bars are practically invisible. Next. The bottom display is 4:3, yet it presents as 8:7. Due to the OLED screen, you can't even perceive the upper and lower borders. The emulation quality remains quite impressive. Now let's observe how NDS games perform in emulation. For this, we'll use Contra. Let's take a look at the in-game performance. With this NDS game, it's the same situation. On my top screen, you simply can't discern any black borders, and the bottom screen is no different. The result is quite impressive. The fusion is truly well executed. Of course, this emulator allows you to adjust its border a little further down, shifting that central axis down slightly. A typical NDS display should appear exactly like this, with the screen size perfectly aligned. Let's also compare its size with other dual-screen handheld consoles. The first compact dual-screen handheld console that comes to mind should be the NDS Lite. These are some of them: the NDS, the Pancore, New 3DS, New 2DS XL, New 3DS XL, and the GPD XP. Now let's look at their size when opened. It's quite similar to the GPD XP, however, its extended length isn't quite as long. Let's take a look at them folded. In terms of length, it's shorter than the GPD XP when folded. Once folded, its length is comparable to the new 3DS. Now let's consider its weight. It weighs 365 grams. What do you all think of its size? It's quite portable in your pocket. This effect could be said to be the new 3DS of 2025 on the market. Compared to previous mediocre handheld consoles like the VIP2, this additional screen truly makes it significantly better. This additional screen truly enhances the experience significantly. That's all for this episode. If there's something specific you'd like to see tested next time, please feel free to leave your suggestions in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, a like, share, and subscribe would be greatly appreciated. I wish you all a joyful and productive day at work.